Hey everyone, Michelle Zenisek here. Hopefully you can hear me. Okay, so what are we talking about today? The second to the last day of the year. We are talking about your life is your ministry and how to use your gifts for God's glory. When people think of ministry, we think of, pastors and missionaries and ministers and rabbis and all of that, right? Now, obviously, rabbi would be a Jewish term, I believe. But as Christians, and I'd say no matter what your religion is with regards to, um, God, um, we all have a ministry. We all, um, our life is our ministry, right? Excuse me. We're gifted in different ways. God gifts us in different ways to use us in different ways. He gifts those who are pastors to have that ability to be pastors. Now, it's something they learn and grow in, and there is, obviously some schooling involved in that. Maybe not always. I don't know. I'm of the belief that um, that schooling isn't always necessary. Life is. I mean, what better school can there be than life, right? But obviously, there are some training that is necessary with anything we do. But I think when we're looking for, okay, what is my it doesn't even have to be ministry. What is it that I want to do with my life? I mean, that's going to change over time because not necessarily our beliefs, but our passions and our interests are going to change and evolve over time. So you may decide, as a teenager to go into college and on to law school, and then you decide, you know what, I really don't want to be a lawyer. I mean, that's why it's so normal for people to do that. It's so typical. Um, for people to get a college degree and then not even do anything with that college that's related to that degree, right? So I mean, I can tell you when I was growing up, I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I didn't even know, and I was so lost and confused and kind of fell into an industry in my 20s, which is not a bad thing. I learned a lot, and um, it led me to understanding my gifts and talents. I am gifted in the tech realm. Excuse me, maybe not as much as other people. I don't. I'm not a coder. I don't know code. I've looked at code and read code before, but and I know how to tweak it, but I don't know how to write code. Okay, so but I mean, you sit me down in front of a computer, I can figure it out, whatever it is that needs to be done. Um, and same with software platforms. Excuse me. It's this is where I excel. So I help like other business owners in that area. So that's how I make money, is I help other business owners who maybe aren't as tech savvy do the things that they need to do. And I do it virtually. And, some of my clients actually are tech savvy, but they've got other things that they need to do that makes them money. So they don't spend their time doing things that, even though they can do it, should they be doing it? And the answer is no. But the point is like, so let's say you have a heart for, I have to be careful in examples I use because we're on YouTube and could easily get taken down if I speak of things that I should not. So let me just say that I also, within the last few years, have become very involved politically, with like conversations, and like I haven't run for office. I have thought about running for office, and it's not something I've given up on. Like, it's possible that I will run for office at some point. It won't be anytime in the next couple of years, probably, but we'll see. Um, so where does that passion come from? I mean, God's putting that passion in me, right? And whatever it is that you're passionate about, God's putting that in you, and He wants you to do it. He wants you to use it. It's not to say that maybe that is being a lawyer. If He wants you to um, be a lawyer, there's nothing wrong with that. You can have a passion for the law and passion um, for that type of work. Excuse me. And God's giving that to you. He's the one who's putting it in you. So, and politics has to do with law. So, there's that too. That's why you see a lot of lawyers, they go into politics. Me, I'd have to say it's probably within the last 10 years that I've become very much more knowledgeable when it comes to politics, and everything that's been going on in the last few years has emboldened me even more when it comes to politics. So, um, and there's a reason for that, a reason much bigger than me. Okay. I don't know how God is going to use that yet. I'm not in a place in my life right now where to take on that, running for office. Maybe school board at some point, start small. I don't know. But I've got some other things going on in my life right now that have to take precedence. And once I get past those, then maybe that's something I can look at a little bit closer. Um, but God is potentially shaping me for that. And that is true for you with whatever it is you're passionate about. It's really, getting close with God and asking Him how He wants you to use those passions to serve Him in this world. So anyway, I hope that's been helpful to someone today. And I hope everyone has a great new year. I probably won't be on again until next week. So hope everyone has a great new year. Celebrate safely. You can have fun and be safe. And we will talk again next year. Thank you.